Hi guys, I'm here to tell you what Guga of Guga Foods did wrong when trying to lose weight so that you don't make the same mistakes. Now, I don't believe Guga is over the age of 50 yet. I believe he was born in 1980. So at the recording here in 2026, that would make him 46 years of age, I believe. What I'm going to do is play the video when he explains how he lost 100 pounds, and I'm going to tell you what he was doing wrong so that you don't make the same mistakes. And I'll intervene as we go through his process.
You my weight loss journey. I'm gonna let you know what worked for me, what didn't work, and most importantly, everything I ate and how I did it. And if you think I took a magical pill to all go away, no. This is straight up hard work. But I'll tell you one thing, if I can do it with all the temptations I have, anyone can. And I hope this video might help anyone trying to lose some weight.
Okay, so first let me help the rest of you who just heard what he said, that it was hard work. The reason, Guga, it was hard work for you because you probably did it wrong. But let's see what happened.
This part is important. I am no doctor. You should always consult with your doctor whenever you're trying to lose weight or get on a diet. So there's no going around it, everybody.
Okay, that is correct. Guga, thanks for reminding me. I'm going to do the disclaimer. I am not your doctor. You need to consult with your doctor before you make any changes to your health journey.
I love food. I also loved exercise all my life. Here's my biggest mistake. I thought I can eat whatever I want and just lose it on the gym. Shocker, that strategy did not work. So what did work? Understanding simple math. Calories in versus calories out. I treated my calories like if it was money. And I was only...
Okay, there's the first mistake, Guga. You are focused on calories. Calories is for amateurs. If somebody's telling you how to lose weight, the problem is, first and foremost, they're not understanding that they're going for the wrong key performance indicator. It's not weight. It is fat loss that you want. Second way that you know that something is wrong is when they start talking about calories. Calories are made up by the marketing, how should we say this? By the companies that want to market to you a product that is low in calories so that they can sell you a quick fix at your body's expense. So number one, Guga, you shouldn't have been focused on calories.
Able to spend 2,000 calories per day. When I made that decision, a lot of things changed. At my heaviest, I was 302 pounds. I'm 5'10", and it was very uncomfortable all the time. So I had to make a change. And the key was to prioritize protein. Take, for example, my breakfast. Before, I would eat whatever I wanted. I would always have a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich or some pancakes. Then I would have my...
Okay, did you notice when he said he thought he could eat anything he wants? Well, that happens when you're a guy and you're younger and your metabolism is very fast. What happened, though, is as Guga got older, more decades that go by, insulin resistance is what's going to start catching up with him. And I guarantee you, none of his doctors ever looked at his fasting insulin to see that this guy is probably insulin resistant, which means that his cells aren't getting the energy that his cells want, which is what allows him to continue eating and eating because his body is basically starved with an abundance of food around it.
Coffee with cream and tons of sugar. Nowadays, my breakfast is pretty simple, but it's very delicious. I have an egg white omelette with a toast,
oh my
cheese,
God, hang on. Egg white omelet. Guga, you are circa 1980s talking about egg whites. Guga made the mistake of not eating the entire egg. Do you really think Mother Nature was so stupid when they made an egg that you're supposed to take the yolk out before you eat it? No, this egg white fallacy is something that is creating more struggle for him. And this is one reason why losing weight for him was harder, because of the fact he wasn't getting the fat from the yolk that would keep him more satisfied.
Drizzle of honey to keep the sugar craving away. And here's how I make it. It's quite simple. The first thing is to get the pan nice and hot. Then I use a good quality butter.
I have a problem with non-stick pans. Guga, I know that you do something to do with cooking. And I hate the fact that he is so stuck back in circa 1980 here with a non-stick pan. Guga, those are forever chemicals that are going to be leached from that into your body, which are going to cause you to hang on to more weight, which is what makes you have a 100-pound problem that you are now dealing with.
the butter to brown a little bit, and I immediately add in the egg whites. Now, here's the funny thing about
Did
egg
you,
whites.
wait. Did you see that? He was pouring the egg whites out of a carton. Oh my God, Guga. Mother Nature puts eggs in the perfect package of the eggshell. You don't need to pop open a carton to get egg whites out of. Do you guys understand that the nutritional content of that egg white is not going to be anywhere near as what it would be if you cracked the egg and put it in the pan? So again, another misinterpretation of how he should be losing weight. So he's going to get less nutrition from this egg white omelet because he's missing the yolk and he got it out of a carton. When you get less nutrition, guess what your body wants? Your body's going to go and ask you to go hunt and gather for more nutrition, which is going to make him have to use willpower to stay away from more food because he's trying to lose weight.
Actually pretty good, everybody. It's like having fried eggs, but the fraction of calories. Now, I love vegetables, so I add tomatoes, green onions. I season it with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper, fold the whole thing up, add more black pepper on top, and my omelette is almost ready. Because there's one other ingredient that I really like on it. Now, for my bread, I'm a bread lover and I gotta have bread. My go-to used to be butter bread. It is so fluffy, delicious, but it has 60 calories. Remember, I thought calories equals money. So I want to save it as much as possible and spend it on wiser things.
You know, when he says calories equal money, he's right, but it equals money for the manufacturers of processed foods that are going to try to sell you lower calorie items. That's where the money comes in.
So for that, I chose keto bread. It's only 35 calories, but most importantly, it has a lot of protein. Remember, I'm trying to prioritize protein on all my meals. So after toasting...
Okay, I will give Guga that is correct. 6 grams of protein in bread is pretty good. Now, I would recommend, though, that he eat the bread last. If he takes a bite of that bread before he eats any of the omelet, everything on that plate is going to be stored as fat after that.
This bread, I added a good amount of fat-free cottage cheese, followed by a drizzle of hot...
Fat-free cottage cheese. Guga, you are still stuck in the 80s. 3 things already. The fat-free is from the 80s, and that's incorrect information because fat doesn't make you fat. Fat actually is how your body transports nutrients. Number 2, the egg whites, stuck in the 80s. Big fallacy that you lose weight by eating egg whites. And also it comes from the bodybuilding industry, another fallacy. And then the other, number 3, the nonstick pan. So Guga, I know you came from Brazil, but you're in America now. You should have access to better information than this.
Honey. Now there's one other thing I like to add on top of my eggs, and that would be an extra virgin olive oil. It just makes it...
Wait a minute. He's adding extra virgin olive oil onto his eggs. Guys, that is a fallacy of what I would call the new generation on the internet that are what I call biohackers. They're adding fat so that they can make your body burn ketones. Guga, if you had a 5th grader here and I asked the 5th grader, Guga, you want to lose fat, correct? Do you add more fat to your omelet if you want to lose fat? A 5th grader would say, no, he doesn't need any more fat. The fat that he utilized just to make the omelet is enough. And also the fat that he would have gotten naturally from the yolk would have been even better. But now here he is adding olive oil. Maybe Dr. Gundry got to him and he bought that bottle from Dr. Gundry.
Better. And as far as I know, olive oil is great for you. So yeah, this is my usual morning breakfast. There's a huge difference between colors on this and the one I use.
Do you notice that he put the honey on top of the fat-free, I don't know what that was, cottage cheese or yogurt, whatever. The fact that he had to add honey to his breakfast shows me he loves sugar. Now, Guga, the only thing you should have done with that is that would have been your dessert. Hopefully he would have eaten the entire omelet before he got to the honey-laden bread with the fat-free whatever was on that toast.
Used to eat. So that is just calories on my pocket that I can spend it throughout the day. Now, I used to kill myself with every workout. I used to work out anywhere between an hour to 2 hours per day. I used to burn 800 to 1,000 calories per workout. But it didn't matter because I was just eating a lot more than I could ever exercise. So I completely changed my workout routine. I also used to do a tremendous amount of cardio, losing those calories. I thought that was the best thing. Boy, was I wrong. Nowadays, my priority is strength training. And I keep cardio, but just a little bit. So I went from a 1 hour to 2 hours workout to 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, Guga, 45 minutes to an hour is better than a 1 to 2 hour workout. I do give him credit for that, but you're still wrong on the exercise. You would do better with a high intensity program of just 15 minutes or less. And then instead of just doing 15 minutes, if you enjoy working out, then you do 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes midday, something like that. But 45 minutes, way too long and not necessary, and you could do better things with your time.
Max. It's actually easier to do. I enjoy it a lot more than cardio, and that worked out very well for me. So my workout is...
I apologize. He said that he enjoys working out. So if he really loves to work out, maybe it's a social thing, maybe it's the people he's around at the gym, or maybe it's just a thought because he's a man and he wants to build muscle and he thinks that this is going to do it for him. Whatever. If that floats his boat, then okay, go ahead and work out. But Guga, here's the important thing. If you're going to build muscle, that's going to take getting to bed at a decent hour. So let's see if we find out what time he goes to bed.
Usually 400 calories, minus my breakfast. I still have some left. That's good. Now, talking about workout, I thought water was going to make me lose a lot of weight because everybody told me you got to...
Wait a minute. He's going to start drinking 100% recycled water. Guga, you're not going to hydrate drinking recycled water. You're going to hydrate by drinking natural spring water, or else you're going to end up with AFib, which is irregular heartbeat. You need the minerals that are in natural spring water, like magnesium, calcium, potassium. You need those minerals in order for your heart to work correctly. He's headed for AFib.
Drink the most amount of water you can in order to help the weight wash away. So from early in the morning until 6 p.m., that was my water time. I could drink as much water as I wanted. I would drink 8 liters of water per day. That is 8 of these bottles. But then I started having a lot of problems because even though I stopped drinking water at 6 p.m. and I would go to sleep at 10.
Mirafast works naturally with your body. And
he's going to sleep at 10 p.m., which is great. That means he's going to be sleeping during the right time for his body to clean out the trash and then rebuild. But the problem is he's drinking so much water based on somebody telling him how many liters that he should be drinking. And really, Guga, you should have been focused on the color of your urine. Everyone is going to be different depending on what temperature they are in the environment. I believe he lives in Miami. So if it's very humid outside, he's not going to need that much water. The other would be also when he's getting up to pee at night, that's going to disrupt his sleep and it's going to cause him, like a new mother with a newborn baby that has to get up every 2 hours. It's going to create more stress. It's going to increase cortisol, which is a stress hormone. And what does cortisol do? It locks away the belly fat. Oh, hang on. I forgot to put the volume back up. Hang on.
Before I even go to sleep. So I had to go to the doctor. To keep the story short, the doctor told me you're drinking too much water. The water you're drinking, your body is no longer absorbing the water. It's just washing everything out, and you're also washing all your good stuff out, including your electrolytes.
The reason the body's not absorbing the water, Guga, is because you're drinking the wrong water. The body won't absorb the 100% recycled water. It's like, okay, well, you wet us, but you didn't give us the minerals. So you need to go get more water because we didn't get the minerals that we need. Remember, the body is an electrical system and it needs those minerals for the electricity to work.
Lights and everything else. And he recommended for me to add some stuff into my water. So I used Element on my water. Instead of drinking 8 bottles of this per day, I started drinking only 2. Plus every other drink I want.
Guys, okay, he is promoting Element. LMNT is currently in lawsuits, I believe, in 5 different states because they actually have sugar in that. That's why it tastes good. So he's trying to put elements from a powdered packet into 100% recycled water when he just should have bought natural spring water. Guga, Mother Nature gave it to us in the natural spring water. But here he is drinking what I call a gimmick, when it comes to the electrolytes. But at the beginning of this video, he actually said they are sponsoring this video. So he could basically be making $10,000 from this sponsorship because he's got millions of followers. So Guga, I hope you believe the misinformation and you're not doing this just for the money. Hopefully with watching my video, you'll stop using LMNT, start drinking natural spring water, and yes, kiss the thousands of dollars they're going to give you goodbye, but kiss to yourself very good health in the future. Because right now, here's what I see on his face. See all those little spots that he has? Those look like little dermoids, which mean that he's got a lot of sugar flowing through his body. His skin is telling me he's got inflammation, he's got problems, and those things are going to come off naturally once his body gets better in balance.
Guaraná. That is my favorite drink, a Brazilian drink that is phenomenal. So during my weight loss journey, I didn't want to stop drinking any of the things I like. I just replaced them with diet. It helps keep my cravings away. So that worked just fine for me. Because remember, my calorie wallet could not afford any of those sugary drinks. Diet was basically free. That's how I thought of it. There's one other drink that I also drink quite a bit, and that was kombucha. I like the...
Okay, this kombucha. This has got a health halo around it. And Guga, this is just probably a better version of soda. In my opinion, for him, I am concerned about that blue color. Where does that come from? But the bigger issue is the sugar that's in this. Liquid sugar is going to hit his liver like a tsunami, which is going to create more insulin spikes. Insulin is the fat storage hormone. So no matter how hard he tries to lose weight, this is going to work against him and create more type 2 diabetes in the future.
Taste, and it has very few calories. But I really enjoyed that he had a lot of probiotics to keep my gut health good. So I still have it often. Now let's talk about lunch. This is where things gets quite interesting. And that's because I cook every day for the channels. And if I was gonna go on a diet, I had one rule. I will still taste everything I make, but it's gonna cost me from that calorie wallet. So my lunch was normally anything that I would make throughout the day, because I did not pack up the weight because of what I was cooking. It was when I wasn't cooking. All the snacks, the ice cream right before going to sleep, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I just love peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so good.
What I was actually cooking was no problem at all because it always prioritized protein. So lunch would take a big chunk from my calorie wallet. But as I was cooking, I needed snacks. Snack is important, everybody, and I like my snacks. But first, let me explain a little bit about Element, which is the sponsor of today's video. This is Element, and you already know I've been drinking it. It's a delicious electrolyte drink mix that recharges your body naturally. Element has electrolytes your body craves without the sugar crash of other drinks. And like I said, I completely stopped drinking those things, especially this.
Okay, I do understand that if you have a soda addiction, drinking LMNT may be a better choice. But if he's drinking the LMNT in his water and he's doing that on an empty stomach, it's still going to create the same problem the soda did, which is anything sweet to your tongue is going to create an insulin spike, and insulin is your fat storage hormone. So it's like pissing in the wind.
Guaraná. Fatigue, headaches, and muscle cramps, all of those will make you feel tired, cranky, and give the feeling of not wanting to do anything. But those are all signs your electrolytes are running low. As you already know, I had to go to the doctor to find out why I couldn't go to sleep. And I was peeing 5 times a night. He said I wasn't retaining any water. So getting those electrolytes in the cleanest way possible was very important to me. Element does exactly.
Okay, here's a tip. Guga, you weren't drinking the right water, but here's what you can do when you go to bed at night. In order not to get up to pee, drink mineral water. The minerals in the water will help the osmolarity of his body hang on to the water so he doesn't have to get up to pee it out.
That. Plus, it tastes great. My favorite flavor is the watermelon salt. It's strong, refreshing, slightly salty, and it makes water taste better. Plus, it gives me a buzz of energy that I like. But be careful if you don't have enough water. It's going to be really salty. Forget sugary sports drinks and power up your day with Element. Use my link drinkelement.com/Guga, and if you make a purchase, they will throw in a free Element sample pack that has one of every flavor. So you can try them all and find your favorite. It's totally risk-free. If you don't like it, they'll refund your money back, no problem. That's drinkelement.com.
I'm glad they'll refund your money back, no problem. But you know what they can't refund back? They can't stop all those insulin spikes that you started and packing on the fat around your belly. So this again is why Guga says losing his 100 pounds wasn't easy. It was hard work. Well, you made it hard by using gimmicks like LMNT.
Guga, or click the link in the description to get a free sample with any purchase. Thanks Element for sponsoring this video, but now let's talk about snacks. Let's talk about the good stuff, everybody, the snacks. We can't live without snacks. And here's normally what I used to have as snacks. I love these protein chips. They don't taste like your normal chips, trust me. You're sacrificing some stuff here, but it's good. And the theme, more protein. From time to time, I would also have a protein bar.
Okay, I have a feeling he's also being sponsored by Quest. And guys, here's the problem. If you need to snack because you are in your journey at a very early stage, I get it. Because most people, for instance, when I have clients that come into my program, I understand that they're sugar burners. They've been feeding their body every couple of hours, especially if they're gym rats, meaning they've been trying to body build. So they're eating every couple of hours. They train their body to run off of energy that's constantly being refueled. That means they become a sugar burner. So this is why he's relying on the cookie and cream Quest protein bar. Now, granted, protein might sound like it's a good idea, but when it's covered with sugar or it tastes sweet, even if it's not real sugar, as long as it tastes sweet to the tongue, it's going to cause him to put the protein in that bar directly saved as fat around his belly. It's not helping the situation. It's actually just perpetuating the problem. So what would I do for Guga instead? I would take a look at what he ate for his meals that wasn't filling him up enough that he felt he needed to snack, because this is a sign that he made a mistake at whatever meal he was eating, and his body is telling him to go hunt and gather for more food.
This one is kind of pricey though, because that cost me a lot of calories. So I wouldn't have that often. Now this snack I really love. And the first time I took a bite, it wasn't very pleasant. These rice cakes are almost like taking a bite out of styrofoam, everybody. But the flavor of chocolate masks it up. And since it has only 60 calories, whenever I had sugar cravings, I was able to take it, no problem. And there's one thing I love, like I told you already, I love peanut butter and jelly sandwich, everybody. I grew up eating it. It's phenomenal. But peanut butter has a tremendous amount of calories. So instead of using a full spoon like this, I would replace it with this one. It's basically peanut butter.
You know what you could have done, Guga? You could have just replaced the peanut butter with peanut butter that didn't contain sugar. Jif is one of the most addictive peanut butters around. I know my father loved it, but all I did was switch it out for a peanut butter that was roasted peanuts with salt, and that was it. The roasting gives the peanuts a better flavor, and you don't need the sugar along with it. Now, granted, it would be even better if the peanuts weren't roasted, but it's a splinter skill to move from sugary Jif to a regular peanut butter without any sugar, so that you can start getting the protein and the fiber from the peanuts. And the important thing here is that I don't want people to be switching to these halo type products just because of the fact that you think you're going to save yourself calories. Remember, he's focused on that 60 calorie number as opposed to focusing on the nutrient density. And it's unfortunate he's gone off in the wrong direction.
Butter powder, but in order to make it peanut butter, you just got to mix it with water. And even though it's not the same.
A healthy liver helps your body process food.
Okay, well, this dose smoothie guy tries to sell you one of his products here. We'll go ahead and go on. When it comes to Guga's choice with that powder that he adds the water to, that is really pathetic. He just needs to go back to basics. And by the way, guys, you see this dose? The fact that it came out of a blender, this is not healthy for you guys. Anything out of a blender is going to hit your liver like a tsunami of sugar. So don't cheers to this. This is going to be, oh, he said dose for liver. No, it's going to dose your liver up like a tsunami of sugar. So don't fall for this. Oh, I forgot to turn up the volume.
I
I
would use a tiny bit
apologize.
of salt.
I
And from
do
time to time,
agree
I
that
would
he
make
should be
Japanese
doing the
style
eggs,
egg
and that's
sandwich.
actually
Oh
nice
my
if you don't
goodness,
have
that is
time to hard boil eggs.
incredible, everybody. I would also have often Greek yogurt. It's high in protein, low calorie, and it's filling. But if you taste it by itself, it's not good. So my trick to make it
Again, fat free. You notice, Guga, you're stuck in the 80s. Fat is not going to make you fat.
better was to use Crystal Light. There's several different flavors for you to choose from. And I would try several different ones, and it's a lot better than plain. One more thing that I love for snacks was that hot honey. I would take it quite often. Anytime I wanted sugar cravings, I would take a tiny bit of it, and my cravings would go away. Another thing that it was a must-have for me was fruits. Again, I love fruits and vegetables, but some fruits have a lot more calories than others. So for my fruits, I would
Okay, here's another thing he said. He says he loves fruit and vegetables. Never put those two together. Fruit is nature's candy. Vegetables are good fiber to slow your digestion down so that you can lose more belly fat. Don't mix the two together.
normally have strawberries, blueberries, or banana. All of them taking that out from that calorie wallet. And by the way, am I the only one that peels banana this way? Most people peel it from the opposite end, but doing it from the tip is just easier. There's no struggle at all. It's the way I like to peel my banana. So I went over breakfast, the drinks, the lunch, which was probably the best part of the day because I would eat something different, so I never get tired. But now the hardest part for me, dinner. I always thought that if you want to lose weight, you cannot eat before going to bed. That's why I hated doing diets. I can't go to sleep on an empty stomach. I gotta have something. So it's just not sustainable for me. And that was until I did a lot of research and started to experiment with this budget calorie diet. And whatever I had left, I made sure to have a treat or eat something I wanted before going to bed. And even though that changes from time to time, here's what I usually have. This is a dinner that has quite a bit of calorie. My trusty old egg white omelette, that is delicious. I have it quite often. Then I would have some type of protein. Depending on how much money I had on that calorie wallet, it would be either chicken breast, chicken thighs, steak, fish. It didn't matter as long as I put my plate together. And that plate had a lot more protein than anything else I was happy with. A tiny bit of oil, threw the chicken in there and started getting a sear. Once I got a little bit of color, I add dark soy sauce. It makes the chicken have a nice, beautiful color, and most importantly, makes it taste really good. To finish it off, I seasoned with salt and pepper, tossed it up, and my chicken was ready. And normally I would have a tiny bit of hot sauce to go along with it. This is a fantastic dinner, and it will keep me quite full until I go to sleep. I didn't need anything else but a nice drink. But if during the day I had some delicious food and I couldn't afford this much calorie, I would change things up. I would make a 3-egg simple egg sandwich. Grab some eggs, salt them, beat them up. Into a nonstick pan, I added some butter, threw in the eggs, quickly scramble them. The key of a good egg sandwich is not to...
Here's what he could have done. I'm all for him not going to bed hungry because nobody wants to go to bed hungry. And the reason he's hungry at night is because he screwed up his choices during the day. But in order to solve the problem so he can go to bed feeling satiated, he could eat those eggs. And instead of the 2 pieces of bread, he could have eaten it on top of 1. That would help to decrease the amount of starches that he's putting in his body. Because what's going to happen to Guga at night when he eats 2 pieces of bread is that second piece of bread is not necessary, and it's going to cause his insulin to spike, or he might end up having he might get hot at night because his body temperature will change due to that spike in insulin. That's a reason why some people at night have night sweats, because they're having too much starch or sugar before bed. So Guga, great on the eggs, but bad on 2 slices of bread. Cut it down to 1.
Overcook the eggs. You don't have to have it runny, but nice and gooey still. Then I would toast my keto bread, add some Japanese mayo, not too much, followed by the egg I just cooked, a tiny bit of mayo on the other bread, and top that all off. And since this is very few calories, to make it better, I would wrap the whole thing up. I don't know why, everybody. It just reminds me of Japan, I guess.
I do like that he is going for the experience of wrapping the bread up like that. It makes him feel like he's eating some street food from Japan. So I get the whole experience because I'm a foodie and I do love the experience of eating. So good on Guga for creating that experience. But again, he didn't need the second piece of bread.
I'll be honest with you, a lot of times it would satisfy me. But when I needed something extra, I would go with a salmon sandwich. Toast up the keto bread, add the fat-free cottage cheese, followed by a generous amount of smoked salmon, already pre-cooked and ready to go. Then some capers on top to have that savoriness. And that is a good dinner for me. It's satisfying and a lot better than ice cream at night. Because in the end of the day, as long as I still had a little bit of calories left on my wallet, it was a win-win on my book. Now, for a lot of you, it looks like this was done like in a month or like in a few weeks. No. It took me 8 months to lose the weight. I could have done it a lot faster, but vacations. Take, for example, Mexico. I had the most delicious food ever, and I wanted to take a break from my diet. I gained 20 pounds in Mexico in 10 days.
First of all,
Came
Guga,
back,
I can tell you right now, if I was helping you with your fat loss, you would have been able to go on vacation and actually not gain a pound. This is where I come in as an elite health strategist. I would be able to help you make those tweaks because my clients actually lose weight when they go on vacation. Number one way, I know that because I've had clients go on a cruise for 2 weeks and drink and enjoy what they're eating and come back and actually lose weight. So, Guga, if you want to reach out to me, let me know. Direct message me, let me know, and I'll help you so you can get back to eating and enjoying life as you should without deprivation. And again, guys, remember, if you're losing weight by counting calories, it's the amateur hour.
Immediately counting those calories. Now, I'm not going to sit down here and tell you that it's easy to lose weight. It's not easy. It is possible. I did it, and I'm going to continue to do it. And if you just let things go and you don't pay attention to what you're eating, it's just going to come right back in. So nowadays, I try to eat as healthy as possible. But when I go out on vacation, all hell breaks loose, everybody. As long as I had the mindset that when I come back, I'll be back on track.
Okay, and there's the problem, guys. All hell does not have to break loose on vacation because that's deprivation swinging over to cheat meal days. If you're doing cheat meal days, it's not going to continue to work for you. Eventually, Guga, what's going to happen is you're going to regain the weight back, unfortunately, because what you're doing is not sustainable, especially when it comes to seeing all of the growths that you have on your skin that show me that you have a lot of insulin resistance, and that can be fixed. So guys, if you want to know how to change your fat thermostat so you don't have to diet or exercise so that you can get rid of the belly fat and reverse the health problems, just go ahead and direct message me and I'll tell you how we can get that done. And I'll see you on the next one. And be sure to subscribe because I'll be laying out more information for you to help you not go down the wrong rabbit hole or be stuck in the 80s. Okay, so enjoy. Take care.